one and all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to another episode of Tunesday, the wonderful day where we build a song from scratch. And today is the purest Tunesday of all because I have no motivation to go in a certain stylistic direction or use a certain instrument or anything. I have honestly no. Because sometimes I'll sit down and be like, I haven't done guitar in a while, let's do guitar. Or I haven't done piano in a while, let's do piano. I've done guitar recently, I've done piano recently, we've done it all. We are out of ideas. This is the last Tuesday, it's all over. No, it's not. No, we'll keep going. But today is the purest Tuesday of all because I have no idea what sort of track we're going to make. So no genre in mind. And I feel like the best way to start this actually might just be fishing through Splice. So let's see what sort of samples we find. Maybe we'll hear something that will inspire us to go a certain way. Should we just check out recent releases since I don't even know what we're looking for? Club Killer drum loops. Is this like DJ Killer? Like Club Killer sort of stuff? Club Killer is a little... I wouldn't call it that. Yep. I wouldn't say these are club killers. They're okay. Future bass house. Probably not something I'm looking for. High-low. Wait, what? No. Cinematic percussion. Cinematic vocals. I mean, the percussion's cool and all. I was gonna say, she needs to be higher if this is cinematic. I like that, except the fact that it's just a scale. I don't know. I like the idea of like a really soft, pretty vocal and then like building like a more cinematic style, almost like video game style music. I kind of like this one, actually. I just sort of imagine it. We're going to see if there's more melodies and stuff because this is still just labeled as scale. Let me just do this because I like it. Maybe we'll come back to that. I just like the way she sang it. It's very soft but high-pitched as well. I feel like with a ton of reverb on there, even if I don't use it for this project, it would have so many cinematic uses. I definitely now understand why these are cinematic vocals. No, it's got to be minor. If we're doing something like this, I want it to be minor. I like that, but I wish it wasn't so... So we get strong and soft. I guess I should just listen to the soft ones. This is major. I don't want major. Never mind, that's pretty good. If I'm starting with the vocals too, I can really kind of like build the song around the vocal line, you know, and find the tempo that fits it perfectly so I don't have to cut it up and edit it. Something I don't do too often because usually vocals are like the last thing I'll drop into a track. It's just a scale again, isn't it? Yep. I need to start reading. I prefer higher. Hang on. This was the other one I liked, right? Because the other thing is I can cut it apart, you know? Or at least like pitch shift certain parts maybe and change the melody if I really, really want. Let's just go here, just the soft tag. And no more scales. These are the ones I was just listening to. I like this one a lot. This one's pretty good too. A lot of potential in that. I don't know how loud this sound is for you guys. Let me just turn it up a little bit. It says phrase, but that's not a phrase, it's a scale. I wish I was a little longer, but these two go together very nicely. I just wish she the sample is like ruined if they just would have let her just hold it out for a little bit. And like I can grab it and stretch it, but it's still not going to sound the same as if she just did it herself. So much potential squandered. I hear a lot of potential in these songs though. Or a lot of not the songs, the clips. There's greater potential in that one, though. Just squandered. I like how many soft ones there are, though. Prefer they be higher up. All right, how many of these am I going to click through? I don't have a ton left. No, none of the scales. None of the scales. I just went phrases and probably not. Come on, that's a scale. Hang on. Which were the G minor ones that I really liked again? This one. Maybe I should get these two. This one, and then this one. Yeah. Okay, let's go with that. We found our start, and it's these two, right? I just like the fact that I'd have two of them to work with. All right, snagging both those bad boys right there. Now, let's get to work and start using it before we lose it. I do have all my other instruments hooked up and everything. I got my guitar ready. I even have an acoustic guitar tuned and ready. If that seemed to fit the mood, I truly came prepared to do any genre or style. But I guess we're doing, well, I don't know, something with vocals at least. What is today? June 19th. Today is the day I am releasing a compilation album. It's called 4 Days, 19 Hours, 28 minutes. No, 27 minutes, 28 seconds. Which is approximately the exact time it took to compose, record, mix, master the entire album, because it's basically just a compilation of Tunesday albums. And nothing more to say about that. Just my favorite songs from that, like the top 20. So anyone that has never heard of me, doesn't have to fish through the 100 plus songs I've got. Just listen to that album and you get the gist of stuff I can do. New project detected. Open Splice to sync. What? You haven't synced any projects with Splice yet. Start syncing your project. Would you like to splice it? Always add new projects to Sure. How do I say yes? Oh. Doesn't say yeah. I'm very confused. I'm basically messing around with this. And it was like, you could sync your project with this, which I think might be super helpful, but I can't figure it quite out. I can't quite figure out how to do it. So I guess we just won't do that. Let's just drag in our vocal clips here. And here's one thing I want to do. Unwarp them. Because I want to find a tempo that fits them purely. Oh, 93 apparently is what they were recorded at. When I dropped it in, it changed everything to that. That's not a 93. The thing is I don't know if I'm going to find a tempo that's going to fit really well. 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I should really basically sync it up so that these are on a beat. Okay. That's very loud. Whatever. We don't need that metronome. Let's add our own, a better one. My dope ass kits, yo. Just a plain old drum rack with a plain old kick. Okay, hang on. Hang on, mute that for a second. I need to hear the tempo in my head. You can hear it right here pretty much. Just no. Hang on, wait. Damn, I'm getting confused. It all looks the same. The waveform's not very... I don't know. Not very unique. Wish I could tell that to permanently stay here. Hang on, what if I did this? Is that gonna mess with things? There we go, we're close. Hang on. 55, eh? So what if we bump it up to 110? There we go. I think we found our tempo. It's so close. Hang on. Oh my god, it's so close. Is it 110? 109. I'm like dancing around it. I haven't got one to feel quite as good as 110. One more time on 110, because 111's not bad too. Oops, hang on. No, we're doing 110. All right, we figured out our tempo. We got our sample in. Let's start composing. Now, I want this whole thing, I'm thinking very cinematic. So while, yes, we did figure out a tempo, it's more of like a guideline to help, I think, a lot of arpeggiators that I might use, as well as delays that might be tied to the tempo, or just other things like that, because I don't think we necessarily need to follow a strict, like, 1, 2, 3, kick, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare. You know, I mean, like, it doesn't have to follow a traditional song formula and have a beat. And the fact that it's 4/4 might not even really matter. Maybe it will, but and maybe having the beat will still be very useful in the whole song structure. But I'm thinking it's going to be pretty loose. I want to start with a synth. Let's explore a synth. How about that? How about let's drop on a brandy dandy new synth. Well, it's just synth 1, so that's not new. And we're going into our normal preset library, so that's not new as well, but we're going to find something that I haven't used before, and we're going to use that, and that is new. Here we go. Let's ambient zip right here. That was one touch of a key. Oh, hang on. First off, that sounds already badass with just that low, like the contrast between the low and the high stuff. Sounds really, really nice. Let me go here into the reverb. Something really handy I want to do. Well, not handy, but it's just the thing I was talking about before. Where we just slap on some super rich reverb. I'm going to do good old Cathedral because I love that. We are going to, let's call this just Vox. Oh, thank you for the follow. LC Sarcasma Kuz something. Sorry. I'm almost illiterate, I swear. Kuiper? Why can't I read? I see Sarmas Kuiper. Sure. Close enough. I nailed it. 10 out of 10. Win. Anyways, thank you for the follow. Let's keep going right back into this. So here's what our vocal then sounds like. Drenched in reverb. Very Lord of the Rings. That's what we needed. And then now we could just start too with that low end of this synth. If I hold it, it's actually like a problem because it's almost too intense, you know? But if I just like touch it a little bit. Needs some like delay on the vocals still too. But yeah, I'm actually digging the atmosphere this is causing. She's singing in G minor. I'm just playing a C. Let me look at the thing real quick. It could be pitched all over. Yeah, it's pitched all over the place. So I'm actually surprised it works. Let me just try playing a G, see if that works better. It does work better. Oh, that low G. Oh, it's pretty intense. But I can't, because if you touch it too hard too, it'll sound too intense like this. I don't want all that extra stuff. You just gotta like tap it very lightly. You get this really low atmospheric sound. This was the first one. Yeah, this is the first one of this ambient thing. All right, we're going to use every one of them. All 128 in this song. Okay, no, I'm not going to make a promise like that. That's ridiculous. Let's just, maybe not that. Maybe go a little bit more. Find a consistent rhythm I can do this at. It's that one right there. And lower the velocity. I'm hitting this really soft, yeah. Maybe a little higher than that. And then you changing the velocity to all of them? Okay. Okay, maybe a little more intense. Okay, vocals are definitely coming in too early, but that's fine at all. Hang on. Just to make sure I get it right on the beat. Hang on. Let me just consolidate that there, and we'll just move it all the way over there. We don't need it for a while. Ooh, this is like a creepy atmosphere so far. I'm digging this a lot. I'm just gonna call this low pulse. I'm not really sure what else to call it right now. And this is the metronome. Tee. Let's add first off an EQ. Okay, it's mainly the low end. A lot of times you want to cut the low end on things that aren't your bass, but this sort of almost is my bass a little, so I don't want to cut any of the low end. We'll just put the EQ on in case you want to mess with it later. I actually almost want to put on a utility and make it a little louder. on. That's what that one did. Wait, do I just keep dragging the same one over? Yeah. Yeah, this one comes in first. Okay, first off too. Maybe I sort of want the pulse. Where'd the notes go? There they go. A little more intense. Okay, and then volume down just a pinch. And actually fade in the volume overall. We're gonna use this gain control to do most of our volume mixing because we're gonna actually change the volume on here. What am I doing? Mixer, track volume, there we go. I don't know where full volume is going to come in, but we definitely don't want to start full volume. We'll see if we want to fade this in. I might think of a different way to do it. We got one low pulse in. Let's see if we can just add some more similar synths. So I'm going to duplicate this first off. Eliminate any of the volume automation, just so I can start it totally clean. And then also get rid of that. Or actually, I shouldn't get rid of the utility. Just set it to 0. Let me do this real quick. I'm not doing a whole lot on my screen, so I'm just going to shrink me down. Because you don't need to see me. At least not that much. Not right now. I need that camera when I'm doing, when I'm actually like playing the piano, or when I have my guitar on my lap. Not today. Let's see. Well, maybe later today. We'll see. Guitar might sound good here. Let's keep trying out some of these effects. Oops, that's the one we're already using. That's a loud one. Hang on a minute. Okay. Better to keep the volume down. Trippy delay. I'm sorry. Oh my God. When creating music goes wrong. That was dangerously bad. What the fuck? I need to get off this one. This is a landmine waiting to happen. Holy shit. It was so loud. Oh, but we found something good. Yeah. Yes. This is really good for like a creepy atmosphere. Here, let's actually just play this part. All right, we hit a couple bad notes in there, but there's potential. I think I actually should re-record this part. Yeah, let me try that again. It's pretty good. Hang on. That was all the way good up until that last D there. I do think that this is a synth that changes a lot as it's going. There's LFOs that are not connected to anything, they're just on a time lapse. So it sort of sounds different every time we play it. What we're going to end up having to do is, as soon as we have the full length of whatever this is going to be, I'm going to have to freeze it, and then we're going to have to play it over and over and hope that it froze in a way that sounds good. That's what we're pretty much going to have to do, but that's okay. It's doable. Easily doable, and especially since that one already sounded good, if we can get something that's very similar or in that range for when it starts, it'll all line up throughout the rest. So we can do it. Let's send more to the reverb for the high pulse. Let's figure out still. You know, the fade-in might still be fine if we have other instruments coming in. So we'll do that. We're going to duplicate this one more time. And this one will color blue so we can finally start differentiating them. It's not called high pulse, it's called bleh, because I don't know what this is going to be yet. We're going to keep exploring, in fact, this same preset library of ambient synths, because these are sounding good already. I want to find a really nice, just steady pad that I could hold. And I know I have some already saved in like a best of like synth 1 presets that I've found, that sort of speeds up the process whenever I'm looking for a very specific sound. But with today's Tunesday, we're doing like a lot of new stuff. So let's let's find a new one of those types of synths. I know they exist. Everyone's come up with tons of them, so I'm sure there's a couple in this very preset collection. So let's find one. Here we go. This. Excuse me. Baby cakes. This one's almost dead. I don't like when you release the note, how it goes. Very strange one. This one's a little too intense. Or hang on. Nah. I like the rest of it. All the other stuff sounds really, really cool. Just want a consistent and good pad. These are also busy. A lot of garbage, too. I go from loving the first one and then using the second one as well to skipping through them fast now. Okay, this is more what I'm talking about. Like a pad that really carries, you know? This one's hitting a few overtones I don't like, though. Yeah, it's hitting some overtones I don't like. So we're going to skip that. This sounds very, like, vaporwave-ish. And here's why. Look at the frequency spectrum. Nothing but mids. Even when you go to higher notes, just nothing but those mids. Because vaporwave is just mid-city. Ooh. It's nothing like that. Look at that frequency spectrum. That was from one note. Man, talk about powerful. You just go. I feel that power. Kind of like this one. You know, it's all about just like slow atmosphere building, and these little sounds help a lot. Just little things like that. This like let's have it not come in until like the vocals maybe. Gotta find that weird sweet spot. Let's go a little longer, maybe. That's my problem, right? Let's do this. Let's see how this works with timing. Trying to find the right spot for it all to come in and how long it should go, and it's all just about balancing minor minor ambience. At least that's how I go about doing it. Let's do this. I still don't know the right time to have this come in. It almost might feel better random. Which is sort of like this. I mean, it's consistent. It's too frequent. Too frequent. Oh, God, go away. Go away, God. Right here. There. I'm just still estimating and guessing, and I think we want to maybe this is going to be like a sort of cinematic instrumental build up to I mean, the whole thing I guess will be instrumental for the most part, other than the small oohs and ahs and whatnot, but I want to like kick into a beat later on, actually. Maybe like even like a minute and a half in, and then like at a minute and a half in we just see what this is gonna sound like. Just trying to think of how I can cut this up and maybe make it interesting, you know, or unique, I should say. Hang on a minute. That's different already right there. Hang on, that might sound good. I mean, it's okay. And it still doesn't have to be like a traditional drum kit. It can be just anything that's percussion. I just wanted to more, I think, have a steady rhythm, follow the tempos more strictly, at least, than this first part, which is very ambient and flowy and whatever, you know. Let's get this in a consistent thing. If we're just doing this as an intro part right here, then let's figure out a couple more notes we could slap on at the end here. I'm actually just going to do this. Copy and paste. Seeing as how it doesn't really matter exactly where they are, the only thing that matters more is the notes. So let's figure out what notes might sound good. We're just hanging around on a G scale, except I sometimes like to drop in a C sharp instead of a C natural. Because it should be C natural. but sometimes you like go for that like Egyptian Arabian feel by putting in that C sharp, like, you know, here. That's not piano. I don't even have a piano set up. Never mind. Sorry. Well, you can hear it a little bit in the weirdness of this backing instrument. Let's see. Let's drop down to an F here. And then B. And this down to a G. And then up to a C. Bring that over to, we'll just keep calling it blah, and we're going to duplicate it again because we need even more sounds. It's all about that layering of instruments. You know, we can hear when they all start to come in, but I have to figure out if other instruments are going to come in before. I still think one more should, because I'm still looking for that pad I was talking about. That's like a really nice, just steady over the top pad. That's what I'm looking for. Once we have that, that's just too busy. There's a lot going on there. It's because of the arpeggio. It's better without the arpeggio. Hang on real quick. This might sound like total butt, but I gotta hear it. Maybe if I have better samples, I could make it sound better, but I just want to hear what a real string, I want sustained. String ensemble will sound like. And there's no reverb being sent. It's very dry. Turn down the hall reverb on here because we're sending it to this. But I do like how it sounds. Let's do this. I can't quite give it justice. So I want to do this real quick. We might have to section these off individually. We're going to call these low strings. And I just want them to hold the octave. Yeah, that low. Cello and bass right there. And let's go more like 60 velocity. Yeah. Now, these strings are designed to loop, but there will be a slight click when they do. Very, very minor. I think it already passed that click, so good thing I didn't really notice it, because these are going to be going subtly in the background. Now, I want them to go Yeah, we need to fade it in. Okay, yeah. I'm digging those other high strings that are coming in. Those are dope. That's sounding pretty good, isn't it? Isn't it? Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm pretty. Okay, enough insanity for a second. Let's get those high strings in here. When do they come in? When does it feel like they need to come in? This one's all about feeling rather than being like, oh, well, this is the 4th time that we would have played this, so now it feels like it should come in. Or now it should come in. No, this one's just all about feeling. You just gotta... Right there, right as the voice is coming out, I think. Sort of like how this one comes in. We're going to start with just a normal triad. Hang on. Move this right to the beginning. Here's something I want to do. Where is the attack for this? Can I change that? First off, these are the high strings now. Yeah, right here, baby. Attack high strings really slow. That's slow? No, I'm talking slow. Am I even changing the right one? That's not a... Oh, that's the slowest attack they can do? I want to do even slower. Whatever, that's not so bad. Yeah, I'm just lowering the intensity of them. It needs to come in very, very, very quietly. I think I should just lower the volume overall. Okay. We need to put an A in at some point. Right here. E flat comes in right there. D comes in right there. lower the volume of this a little bit. Strings sounded nice. Glad I added them. Let's get back over into here, and let's keep looking at synths. The strings kind of do the thing that I was looking for with the pad, so that's no longer top of the line priority. Wow, listen to this one. Might use this. Here's what I want to do to this sound real quick. Oh, it's got the ping pong delay on. That's what makes it sound so big. Keep that ping pong delay on real quick. Can I create or put some reverb on it that makes it sound like it's like really enclosed? Probably. Reverb. Special. Empty club. Sort of like that. Six seconds? Is that like... No. There you go. 6 seconds and 60 seconds. Well, I like that. All right, here's the idea. I'm gonna create kind of all of these like melodic themes that are gonna be floating in this long intro, and then I'm gonna try to take a bunch of those chunks with the same synth and turn it into more of a structured song for the last like minute and a half. So that way we have a 2.5, 3 minute song that's like this long build up intro into the main song, and it might be pretty good. Maybe. I hope so. I'm digging this intro so far. super ambient and trippy and floaty and easy. Honestly, let's be honest. You've been watching me compose this for the last hour. If you're here and I'm talking to you right now, or if you're watching this on YouTube later on, so you have seen everything that's gone into this. You can see the individual notes. It's not a lot. It's very easy to write this style of music, I feel like. Well, I don't know. I think it's easy and it's difficult. It's difficult in a different sort of way, in that like you don't need to know a ton about music theory and stuff, or if you have a very basic knowledge, you're set to go. But it's more about just looking for that unique ear, because sometimes the music theory doesn't matter. Case in point with this is this, the notes I was playing with this synth. For a while, were off the key a little bit, just because it fit better, because the synth has that weird pitch shift on it. That's the thing you'll come into a lot of times when you search for ambient synths, is they don't really care about what key you're in, and that's sort of the point with them. And when you take that idea into your composing and you don't really care that hardcore what key you're in, you're just more focused on if it sounds good, things move very quickly, and it's very easy. And also with ambient things, you just have a lot of long-held notes, so you get things like this. You know, that's all. Here's what I want to do. Freeze these tracks. This is why I need Ableton 10, is because Ableton 10, I wouldn't have to freeze the tracks. It would just be able to play the MIDI right from the middle of the line, which is very handy. I look forward to getting Ableton 10 when I can afford it. But I can't afford it right now. So, you know, Ableton 9 works fine. Anyone that has 9 does not need to upgrade to 10. It works perfectly fine. I'm going to call this creep because I don't know what else to call it. It's that creepy sound that sort of drops in. And see, we have sounds just slowly keep introducing until we get here. We're almost done. Maybe one more is all I can think of. Let me try one thing real quick with the vocals. And this could just be a total disaster. I do sort of like that. All right, I know exactly what we're doing. I gotta do that. It sounds so good. Oh my god. Oh my god, that sounds so good. Basically what I'm doing there, in case you didn't notice, is so here I duplicated the track. I've got the vocal track in the left and right now, right and left, whatever. And I'm just gonna put the right a little bit in the right ear, not a ton. Let's just do 10. That might be even too much. Yeah, that is too much. Let's do 5, honestly. Just the tiniest pinch in each ear because that gives it a little stereo sound. And then the right ear is our normal vocal. Yeah, it's just the right amount in the right ear, I think. Or maybe a teeny bit more, I don't know. And then I just took the exact same vocal line and raised it up a fifth. Or, well, no, that's up a fourth, actually. Because it's up 5 half steps. So if we're at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So raising it up to a fourth. And then you just have them going together. The timing is a little off there because of something I did where I consolidated it and moved it because it wasn't warped before. And when you change the transposition of a song or of a clip, when it's not warped, it will change the timing of it because it's basically speeding up or slowing down a clip to fit the right key, and it doesn't care about tempo. When you warp it, then it's saying I will focus on the tempo, so no matter what, it always lines up to the beat. So because of the way when I warped it after I'd already pitch shifted it, it kind of messed with the timing of that. So it's not flawless, but I prefer that actually because that makes it more sound like it was 2 different recordings. Sort of. But yeah, sounds nice. Very nice, actually. I'm going to turn them down just a little bit then. This is very like Enter the Cave realm. Okay. Oh, this is good. This is good. Okay. A couple more. Here's one synth I want to add. Maybe we're going to duplicate this and do it twice. But one thing we need is to really signal that this is the end of this part. And to do that, I want to have like a build up. A lot of times you can get that by just reversing a sample. For instance, the easiest way to do that could think of is, let's do this. Let's find, here's a crash drum rack I made. That's just a bunch of random crashes. Sorry, wake up. Hello. Are you paying attention? So let's find a nice long one. That one. See how nice and long that one is? So I'm actually going to just pull it out and drag it down. And now, oh, whoops, that just made its own kit. Can't I, whoops. Just drag the sample out? No, that's just going to keep doing the same thing over and over. Like the actual like audio sample. Maybe I need to actually just do that first. Create audio track. Go here, grab sample. Only audio effects can be inserted into audio tracks. You can't just grab the sample out of it. You can't, Nintendo, you can't just cymbal Roomy. Where did I find this? Drum hits, cymbal, Symbol Rumi. There it is. See, why you make me do that extra step? I already found the sample once before. Okay. Just disregard it. So there we go. We got our sample now. And Ableton has just a really simple reverse button right there. Boop. And then there. Listen to this build up. I mean, you gotta fix the ending. Loudest part is like right there. No. It starts to like dip out. I want to find this as synth, but I'm actually going to keep this symbol. I do want to do a couple things to it, though. Well, what should I do to it? I was thinking about putting on a really, really, really fast delay. I kind of like that. Okay, so there's one. We need another. We need a synth that can do that. A synth. We'll call this synth build. And on this one, let's get rid of some of these unnecessary effects. No ping pong delay, none of that. Let's pop it open. So what I need is a synth that when I hold down a note, it's really going to start building up. There's some of them that do that. See, here's one right here. But it's not that good. We can find better. Buttonhole. It's nothing dirty. It's just a buttonhole. Night Fears. Flurv. That sound was very flurv. None of them are that build-up I want. The build-up's really the only thing I can think of that I might still need. Gorgozilla. Warlock. None of them have that build-up that I need, though. Ooh. It is crazy how many sounds this synth can create. It's a very weird one. Keeps like slowly pitch shifting. I want to believe there's another build-up one in here somewhere. We had one, sorta, but it was kind of weak. I feel like we can get a better one. Doesn't have to be mega powerful because we already have the symbol helping back it up. Wait, blue bass? Rue bass and blue bass. That's exactly what we're going to do. Did I wake you up? We're just going to blow out everyone's earballs. And I guess with this one, we should automate the utility. There we go. Utility gain. Should hit full power right there. And this go all the way 0 right there. Just curious. No, I like it hanging out. Okay, I think that's enough build up. We might need to drop one more synth in this intro, but for the most part, I think it sounds really good. I should focus on where we're going after this build up. We have this really huge cinematic intro just to right here. We need to figure out where we're going. So I think I want to possibly add some percussion, maybe, or maybe like a rhythmic arp. Let me hear this intro one more time. Maybe we just have one vocal come in the first time, and then the later times it comes in with a harmony. Let's here's one idea I've got. Um, rather than come in with percussion right away, I want to come in with an arpeggiated synth. There's a specific one I have in mind of mine. I think it's this one. All right, we got to drop a couple things on this. Kill any super low end. Not up and down. Maybe up 2 octaves, though. Let me record right here, just because if a computer's going to play it and arpeggiate it, I'd rather have it just do it by itself right here, because that way it will nail the timing every single time instead of me trying to record myself. I don't want any human element, I guess, in this. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know that these are the notes I want to use, really, but they're at least a stepping stone. Let's do this. I think a change every time would be good. I think ending on the D at the beginning is going to be good. It's just a consistent beginning part. Question is whether I want to do something like this. Bum, 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 bim. Just experimenting. Okay, yeah, that's a bad idea. Nah, I'm overcomplicating it too much. Just keep it to 4 notes. Keep that on a G, I think. Put this down to an A. Keep that there, maybe. Let's try that. Okay, that's how long I want the whole phrase to be. And if we repeated it 4 times, let's see. Nah, hang on. No. Still just playing around with this, figuring out how I want it to sound. Let me hear it from the very beginning. I haven't listened at all with headphones. Probably should help balance the audio. turn it off for right now. When I hear that with headphones on, I hear something completely different. Let me hear that one more time. It's a very nice build up. I like the intro. I just need to really make sure the tail end of the song does the intro justice, you know. But man, I'm not feeling that. No, not at all. In fact, get rid of it entirely. No, I've learned to never get rid of anything entirely. Keep it there, turn it off. That's such a cool build-up I got right now. Oh, it's still going, these? Copy these. Paste it right here at the beginning. And then shrink it down. Trying weird rhythms. You can hear how it makes weird delays. It's really interesting. I almost want to do it like where each time it comes through, it's in a different spot. Because you hear, I don't know if you can hear, but especially with headphones on, the delay just moves so much. It's very interesting sound to do stuff with. There's so much potential there. Boy, I really don't know where to go. hang on. I have another idea. We're just bouncing around on different ideas, but that's all we can do right now, right? Hang on, I need a metronome to still. No. Don't start from right there. Start from right here. I got an idea to help this build up too. Okay. Consolidate. No, not deactivate. Consolidate. And then loop. Maybe I should record it, actually. Hang on. Let's just record one of me getting it. That way I can get the pedal in too. Go. Consolidate and leave the. I don't need to quantize it. Except for that note. Consolidate. And then loop that. And we're going to consolidate it one more time, actually, because once we do this, consolidate, we got the right here duplicated, and we're going to change the notes up. Consolidate that. we go. Consolidate and loop that. Let me hear. No. Full build up. Drop an EQ on it. What if I do... Okay, I think the piano will work there, and it's capturing exactly what I want, but I want to see if I can get something else out of the strings right here. Let's do this. Consolidate this. Okay, let's turn that down. Just so it already sounds really good like that with that build up and everything. I just want to try one idea real quick. If I go into this thing and I select everything except for that one note, delete it. Say one really long. I'd like you to hold this out for a while. Perfect. Then I do this. I freeze this particular track and then flatten it as well. And then it will change the MIDI note into full audio, which is this note right here. I can take this and then reverse it. And it's got a long, long, long silence, which we don't even need, but this is the part that we care about. Oops. See, now if we do this. Hang on. Just want to hear if this should come like a beat before. The build-up reverse piano, I feel like actually doesn't add anything, so we're not going to worry about that right now. Okay, that's a potential start. That does work for the strings. I think we can keep that. But it feels more like now it needs percussion, which is fine. Here's something I want to try. Man, I love that build up and that hang. This. Wow. So powerful. Here's something. I have some taiko drums. These might sound nice. Honestly don't know what's going to sound good, so I want to just do this. There we go. Put them all on a drum rack right there. Every single one of them. Saving me time, Ableton. Thank you. Because I'm really not sure what's going to sound good. I think what'll sound best is to keep it relatively small like this for right now. Consolidate and then loop. Whatever I come up with will hopefully just fit in here. Say it's when he's just a low boom. Here they are. Hang on. Let me raise this one. Oh, whoops. Loop. Let's maybe change this first part. Maybe just change his note. I like this a lot. Very, very cinematic, I feel. What about move it off the beat? let's do this. To make this feel like a bigger build-up, we're gonna lower the velocity of these notes that are going bum 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 right here. Lower that to 30. Bump these ones up to 40. So that way it kind of builds up. It goes. No, it even needs to be louder than 40 even. Maybe 50. I just really wanted to feel like a nice, good build-up to this. Maybe that means this needs to get even quieter then too. Down to 20. Yeah, that sounds better. I like that rhythm. That's pretty interesting. I want to hear the build up, everything all the way into this for the first time. It sounded good. We got a good track in just 2 hours already. Hang on, I realized I need to freeze this track because remember how I said it's going to change always? So let me freeze it real quick and then listen to it again and make sure that it froze in a good way. The way it was playing right there was phenomenal if it wanted to play that. Whoa, is it always going to start like that? Okay, hang on a minute. Unfreeze the track. Try and freeze it again. Maybe it just did that. Hang on. You're still going to do that. Okay, unfreeze it. Put a note there. Delete the note. Now freeze it again. That's right, it's different. Entirely different. 100%. And are you going to start with that noise again? Why do you start with the noise? There's no note playing. There. I think it was just because it was in the middle of playing already. I'm going to unfreeze it because that's already a terrible way to come in. Let me do this. This is too loud and by comparison here. Let me just increase the volume of that, decrease the intensity of those. Same with this one. Okay, since I changed stuff, it should be different now. Freeze it. See what I mean? It's just going to take me freezing it and unfreezing it, changing little things here and there until we finally get one frozen version that sounds really good, and then we don't ever have to touch it. We can keep it. Let's hear how this one sounds. Comes in a little harsh. On the low end there. Way too harsh, I think. Especially for how soft everything else then comes in. Way too harsh. Hang on, unfreeze. Drop a note, delete the note, freeze it again. As I said, the LFO is just moving left and right in the synth. It's constantly changing. We're hearing different frequencies the whole time, and we just need to stop it in a point where here's where you will always begin the LFO. And that's what I'm doing by freezing it, basically. So we just need to find one where the first note doesn't. There we go. See how nice and soft that one was? Let's hear the rest. I'm not mega crazy about it. But the rest could blow my mind. No, the rest is actually quite boring. Let's try it again. Just drop a note, and then freeze it again. And I have to keep dropping a note because I have to change the track. If you don't change anything about the track and you freeze it again, Ableton already goes, well, I froze it once. You probably just want it to go back to that. And so it'll just basically play it the same way again. So in order to get a new freeze, you have to drop a note and then delete it or just change something about it. All right. Not too harsh. Ease me in. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a perfect beginning right there. Shit. Hang on, there's still potential. The second note wasn't that great. It's very close. It's very close. A couple things I want to change. First off, that needs to go. Second off, more of a universal velocity. Let's go low. Freeze the track. Again, a lot of freezing and unfreezing. It is kind of tedious, but it's sort of what has to be done for the computer to just land on one that sounds really, really nice. We got to change things that maybe help that, but some of it is on the computer. That was way too intense of a start. Let me do this. Let me move it in. Freeze it again. Hang on, let me hear that again. That's pretty good. Let's hope the rest of it's that good. Still change the volume. You know what I almost want to do? Hang on a second. Okay. Here we go. Watch. Take all of these. I need to make sure they're all next to each other. These ones move away. This one doesn't do anything else, right? Yep. Okay. All of these right here, duplicate them. All of them. Okay, so now duplicate them and put them all right down here. Now I want you to freeze. Oh, I have to freeze them all individually. That sucks. Freeze. Hang on. What if I selected multiple ones? Could I freeze these tracks? Freeze. Freezing the arrangement. You don't have to just freeze what's highlighted there too. Freeze the whole damn track. Let's see what happens. Okay, good. Did it right. I also want to freeze that. Wait, there are no high string things, so this doesn't matter. This, let's move down to here. Oops, right there. So then these three I also want to freeze, plus this. Freeze them as well. They don't have a whole lot going on, but okay. So now on these frozen tracks, I'm going to take them all. Select it, and then flatten them all. And watch as my computer explodes. So what I'm doing is, there we go. I turn them all actually into their own individual audio tracks right there. Which then, here, if I go right here and I just delete all of this, I should be able to grab all of these and just let them go, right? No, you don't want to do that. Okay, you put the tail end stuff in a new... Oops. What did I do? Hang on, I just doubled everything in volume, so it's just twice as loud. Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what I was trying to do is get just this tail end bit right here. Yeah, can I mute all of this? Okay, I got what I needed. Delete that. This is what I wanted right here. So with this, I can delete all of this and even these two. Turn this part back on. And now I got what I needed. So this is just that build-up sound again. That comes full circle right here. So let me listen to this from the beginning. Oh, whoops. Forgot about this stuff. That's not good. Um, hmm. Nah, it's still too loud. Maybe I should. That's a bad idea, I guess. Worth a shot. We'll get rid of that. I think we definitely need like a synth one there. But I can think of one thing too. Hang on, let me try this. Let's go into my packs and bring out the string section again. Some more high strings, but these ones are legato. Unlike the bass, which is very marching staccato. So the thing I'm thinking of will come in at the exact halfway point. Let's hear how this sounds. Whoops, I didn't realize how small that was. I like the D. I accidentally hit that D, or that A, I mean. I like that. I want to keep these middle notes going, and then let's drop these two. This one drops down to a C, and then this one drops down to the G. How does that sound? Let me turn up the intensity a little. So it's going Oops. Carry over what notes we can. I like the high strings. I just gotta think about how I want to do this. We might not want to make the song this long. Definitely don't want this anymore. Okay, I want to change a couple things. Here's what I want to change. Yeah, let's do this. So, to make it easier for labeling, these are highest strings, these are something, because it's going to be something else. It's not even going to be strings in the end. Let's delete the highest strings for right now. Go back to just these ones. What I did is I had some of the notes carry over so that way the strings wouldn't feel like they drop off, but they definitely feel like they drop off when they get to this point. That said, I don't know that I want to compromise the notes. I feel like it's almost too important. I like it too much like that. So here's what we're going to do. Make them all unique and individual like this. So that means every note needs to be restarted. So they'll all have that same fade in. I want to change it actually. Hang on. We're going to come back to here and we're going to consolidate this and we're going to loop this. And here's how I want to change it. These two are exactly the same. This one I want to change with the piano. Let's see. What are we hitting here? What is the piano hit on that note? That's D sharp. A. Put the A right there, actually. All right. Now I can take this whole thing, paste it here, and whoops, not do that. Pitch shift it all up an octave. I don't have to do any stereo panning because it knows that like when you're looking at a symphony, you're staring at them, the bass and everything like that, and all the cellos and the low end are going to be on your right, and all the violins and your high strings are going to be on your left. It's just how the way they make an orchestra, which is kind of interesting because it's a opposite of the piano. When you look at a piano, and especially when you're playing a piano, the right is the high end, the left is the low end. So when you're playing, especially if you're ever stereo recording a piano, you'd want to put that in where you make the high end notes play a little louder in the right ear than the left ear and vice versa and whatnot. So really helps to make it feel like a real piano, I feel like. Let me hear this from the beginning with the build-up, and I'm going to find a synth that's going to sound nice with this. I'll try one of my good ones. Okay. Here's what I want to do. I like this sound a lot. I can think of a unique way of doing it. Rise. And I'm going to... Here's what I want to do, actually. First, let's drop in an EQ. Kill that low end. Because this is going to be more of a mid to high synth. And then also add a utility. Just want to do that before I do this next part, which is duplicated. So that way these same things exist on the new track. And this is just going to call fall. So we got rise and we got fall. What I want to do is play with the volume a lot. These are going to come in, I would say, let's even make them come in early, right there, right? And what was that chord I had before? Really, really blocky, full, chunky, gross chord. Let me hear. I want to hear it with everything else so I can get the idea of what the chord might sound like. Okay, I figured it out. It's oh, that's a nice chord. It's these notes right here. Where is it? Here we go. There we go. Just had to get those in real quick. Drag it down and make it really, really, really long. Longer than it even needs to be. You know what I mean? We're going to lower, wow, 120. Lower the intensity. See, when it comes in right away, it's going to be loud. But that's why we're actually going to start out with it at 0. Okay? Complete 0. So, oops, the rise of this thing right here, we're at 0. Oh, shit. Okay, here's a problem. Let's make it start. We can make it start right there. If it's not coming in immediately, then no one's gonna know. So it builds all the way up until right here where it cuts off. And it's actually got to be like flawless. We'll build it up to 5, I guess. 5 is what I just randomly chose, so go with that. There. You know what? Hang on. I don't know why I bother doing that. Can't I do this? So if we like let that go, can't I turn on the draw tool and just go right there, down? Yes, I can. That draw tool is pretty amazing. Hang on a minute. So now what I want to do is this. Okay, hang on. We're almost there. We can actually do this then too. Don't worry, we got plans for the fall. Yeah, that's good as it is. I say let's keep that for right now. So we're gonna copy these, paste them right there, And now I do want to change a couple things. First off, the automation, which did not get copied. That's fine. Track volume. First off, bring it to 0, because we should be at 0 for most of this. And then I want to grab this and start this at 5. Whoops. This one goes to 0. Start this at 5.0. Whoops. Again, at 0. Well, whatever. If I just do that, then turn this off, I can just manually grab this, right? And I can go 5 right there. And make it fade out like that. So you can see, basically it sounds no different right there. Sounds like your type of music, Seiko. Well, hey, I'm glad you like it. Did you hear the whole build-up? There's like a minute and a half like ambient build-up. But I'll show it to you in just a second. Let me finish this a little bit. So right now it basically sounds like nothing, like it's fading in and then fading out. But here's where we make it sound interesting. We're gonna change the fall chord. So completely, actually, I say we do that. You have not heard the build-up yet. Okay, hang on a second. If we click here, can I hear this now? No? You can be like that to me? Okay. We don't need to hear. Hearing's overrated. So I want it to sort of fall. We're doing this Beethoven style. He couldn't hear, and he did just fine. We're going to try to take this to like an F minor, sort of. We're going to leave some of these notes still in here. Leave the D there. Let's just try that. Let me hear how this sounds. Do you hear that little like change? I almost want to make it more drastic too by doing more of these. Like let's move this down to a D and then this up to the E flat. This is just all sorts of weird chord right now. No. I feel like a fall sounds better because you can definitely hear the rise with that higher note. I'm going to take that off. We already have a D to start with, so maybe we should fall down to that C, which means this note should just change to something else. Let's make it a G. Let's hear how that sounds. We have a lot of notes clustered together right there. That's pretty good. I like that. Let's keep that for right now. All right, I'm going to turn the whole thing overall down. There we go. So this is the second half, when we actually have some like rhythm and stuff. So I think the next part, I'm going to play the intro for you right now, but the next part that I'm going to try to do is find a way to use these synths throughout here, bring them back in basically. But here's the intro. I'm not sure if I'll be able to use the vocals or not. We can try to use those as well. Here's the harmonies.
In a world you don't know. In a jungle you've never been. An ancient chalice awaits only victors.
You like that a lot? I like it too. Woo! I got some goosebumps on that one, honestly. I got a little bit of goosebumps on that. That was good. I do like that part a lot. And I like this being like a chiller part or whatever. And then after it plays through right here, this is where I want to bring in the other synths. So like right here now, it's like, bring everything else in right here. So this part right here is sort of our relief, where you can like take a breath, because this whole build up here is just like tense and makes you just raise your shoulders and go, what's gonna happen? And then you can kind of rest here. So you have just the piano, simple strings, and then that the rise fall bit. Sounds like Hans Zimmer. Well, I take that as a huge compliment then. All right. Here's what we got to do now. We need to find a place for these ones to come in. What does this sound like again? Let's bring these in a little. I mean, they're very subtle qualities to them, so I should bring them in subtly. Consolidate this. He makes powerful movie music. I've heard he makes some incredible. In fact, I've got it's funny, I've got a sample that I downloaded from him. Or, well, it's not from him, but it was someone that is copying him, basically. They even called it the Zimmer or something like that. Hang on. I saved it in the soundboard. And I could use this. Yeah, it's literally saved as Hans Zimmer. So it wasn't made by him. It was made by this other person, KSHMR. But listen to this bad boy. Oh, that was a little too loud. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. The end of times are near. Here's the problem. It's warping the sample. Don't warp the sample. It sounds worse with headphones on right now, actually. Woo! Yeah. All right, we don't need that sample. That's just for random stupid sounds when I'm streaming gaming stuff. Yeah, we're using this, right? Didn't I put a note? I didn't put a note. Nope. Are we not using this one? Trying to come up with more notes that might sound good. Because this one sounds not bad. That's not that bad either, actually. Let's see. What could I do to this? I'm like, what if I double up the melody with something? I'm trying to think what I could do to make it sound still powerful. Pizzicato strings. No. We would miss some notes too, wouldn't we? No, we wouldn't, but it doesn't sound that good. Not bad. Pizzicato. Okay. We need to bring in more of the other synths though. This one was just low end, nothing but. Let me look at this. Let's do this. Duplicate it real quick. And on this one, right here, can we kill this mid? Yeah, that about that long, sure. Consolidate it. Where's that G? This is the one we're holding out. Get low and rumbly. What's the velocity of these notes? 74. Really, 74? I thought it'd be way lower. Yeah, see, I want to go lower. I do think it's necessary. It adds that necessary low end. Yeah. We have the strings going, so that's fine. We don't need to keep that going. We don't have a new one of these, so whoops. Duplicate and delete are right next to each other. Come on. Why? Unfreeze this one, delete that first part, and let's, well, actually don't delete it. Just bring it over here, actually. All the notes delete. There we go. It's not going to be consistently heard, though. That's the tough thing. Turn on these strings a little bit. Consolidate there. I need to keep the arpeggiator on, I think, but let me do this. I'm going to duplicate it real quick, and then on this one, I'm going to turn the arpeggiator off, just so that way it doesn't mess up the first clip. This one. Set to poly, arpeggiator off. Okay, that's good. Perfect, perfect. These are the notes I'm looking for. Where are they? Yoo-hoo! There. I just needed like a quick... really quick and also soft. Probably turn it down too. It's on its own track. Let's do that. Where's this creep? Right here. Just a pinch down. Okay, actually, we got that introduced now. We might add some more sounds, some more new sounds. But let me hear real quick how the whole thing sounds with the build-up and everything. Because when we're hearing this part, we're not hearing how it's actually going to sound because there's so much build-up that keeps going and hanging over this first part. So let's hear how it all sounds with all this coming back in. I'm going to try it without headphones on, too, because I've been doing headphones for a while. Got to hear it with normal speakers. In a world where balls are people. I don't know what I'm talking about.
In a world where farts aren't funny. That's right, farts aren't funny. And Duckwin Bob comes and hangs out. That world is here now.
Hi, Docwin. Welcome. How do you like my cinematic grand beginning? We should have that build-up synth go. So somewhere over here. Should have it fade in and out or something. Danny Joe. Hello. How are you doing? Here's all the other synths coming back in then. Found me by accident. I hope it's a happy accident. Yeah, that sounds nice. It's subtle, but it's not like... Yeah, not like super in your face with those synths coming back in. Only fate. Fate has brought us together. This is the exact music for that sort of thing. Fate has brought us together for this final quest. I ask, are you strong enough to take the challenge? This is like trailer music right here. Or... Want to give a quick shout out to Ben Burns because he was hosting you when I pulled up his channel, which I only did because it was quicker than going to Twitch homepage. Hey, I'm glad you've been liking your time here. And Ben Burns is a good fellow. I like him. And he came up with essentially what I'm doing here before I did. He came up with it. It was close. We almost started this at the same time. He started 3 months before me on where he does his 2-hour track challenge, and Ben will compose a complete song from start to finish in just 2 hours, which I've tried once because he did a 2-hour album challenge and had a whole bunch of other composers also try to write a song in 2 hours and live stream it and stuff like that. And man, that is hard. I didn't really my song turned out okay. It's up on my SoundCloud if you ever want to see it. It's labeled as like 2-hour track, whatever. But man, I don't know how he does that once a week, every week, 2 hours, and boom, he's done with his song. Because like, look at this. I've been working on this one for 3 hours today, and I feel like it still needs more. But it's good. He's good. However he does that. This is the type of music that I love, but it's hard to get the feel for when creating. That's true, and it's a genre that I honestly don't feel like I touch on that often, which I'm glad I did it today. To your earlier question, I could be better, but I've been doing all right. Well, all right is sometimes all we can ask for in the end. Just to get by until the end of the day, and maybe next day will not be so un-all right, or just plain all right, whatever. I'm rambling now. Last part to turn into mad drum and bass. Yeah, right. Warp warp. Put some dubstep into. We're not going to do that. But we are right here at this part is where we need to bring in something else that really brings it to head, I guess is the best way to say it. I think that might help with this. This is that big synth that's really like powering us into this second part. And if I bring this synth in, and it's a little too powerful, I think, to be on its own. Oh, it's gonna bring the automation with. Maybe I can find a way to use it in a different sort of way. You're off to sleep? Might be lurking in a few minutes longer. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by, and have a wonderful rest of your evening. Feel free to lurk as long as you'd like. You've honestly heard most of the track. I'd say this whole beginning part. I don't know if I really want to change anything. I like how it sounds. Oh, here's something we haven't brought in the vocals yet. Maybe we could try to let's just see what these sound like here. I'm gonna mute this. I don't know a good spot. We'll just drop it in somewhere. Just to try it. Right here. It's tougher with the piano now. I copy these ones actually. I like this. What if we bring this to over here and we do this? Grab this part and this and this and this. Copy and paste this and raise it up a fourth. Oh, whoops. We have to warp it and then raise it up a fourth. The timing doesn't fit super well. Interesting. When I do that, hang on. I kind of like it coming in right there, actually. But I might need to cut it up a little. Here's what I mean. I'm off as well. Getting a bit late here. Getting late here in Estonia. Got it. We'll check out tomorrow on SoundCloud. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by, Seiko. And I hope you enjoy the track tomorrow once it's all finished. Hang on a minute. I think I'm trying to force these vocals in too much. I just don't think they fit that well with the piano. The piano is sort of like this, I'm the melody now. And the vocals don't really like that. The one thing I could think of is like this. What if I try these right over here? So it goes. That would be a very interesting ending. I'm struggling to figure out how to build, but I'm learning a lot. This is really cool. Well, hey, that's exactly why I wanted to do Tunesday, so people that are interested in making music on their own could essentially see how a song was built, or they could hear a song that I made and be like, wow, that one part right there, that's really cool. How did he do that? And then you can just see it all right there. I like this. The vocals cut up how they are right here. They don't fight too much with the piano, mainly because when they're playing, if we open up the piano, it's holding out a note. You see right here, holding out a long note. No notes for these two blocks, and that's when the vocals are going. And then here's the next vocal block, which has a total of, I guess, 3 piano notes. 2 more comes in right there. Because, I mean, I could still cut it shorter. That's an option, too. No, I like it. I like it going. Gives you a Mario Galaxy vibe or Metroid Prime. I don't know. Mario Galaxy maybe would need to be happier for me to be Mario Galaxy to me, and less eerie. But I 100% could hear like Metroid Prime, like, you know, what is crawling out of the hole. You know, it's like, I don't know. It's very like marchy, military-ish too. So I could hear it being like Metroid Prime, atmospheric soundtrack sort of thing. And then yeah, right here. I mean, more like those strange areas in Galaxy. I suppose that's true. Not like main theme level. Besides in the game sounds and soft ambience, that's true. This could be like the cave section of a Bowser level. You know what I mean? A small subworld sort of thing. Let me actually put this over here, and then where was the utility? Okay, yeah, well, bring it up a little bit. Whoa, bring it up to right there, 6 something. Wait, that's this one coming in right? Let me change something. Let's give this a little more body. What if I did that? Bump this up to 70. So we just change notes as soon as we hit our full volume. Nope. Wrong note. Hang on. We're on a G. No. Maybe down to a C? Like the vocal clip reminds you of the Blue Star things. No. Maybe we do go up to that, but we should change this bottom note too. Make it go up to like a B flat. No. I think I'm just trying so hard to get that E flat in. I should just ignore that. There we go. That sounds like more what I'm looking for. Hang on, let me hear that again. Can we, let's do this. So here's something in Ableton. If you ever draw automation like this, hold Alt, and then you see that little curve it puts underneath my arrow when I do that? It allows you to click and then put these nice little curves in your automation. So I'm going to curve it like this, so that way we hear it a little longer. Or maybe we just do the tail curve. So it's still got the build up, and then this. Sort of has more of the curve. Yeah, there we go. Let me just put it in again. I like this actually. And then here. And then let's take the ending bit and we'll just drag it out really long. Drag these notes out then really long too. Longer than the clip. It's fine. And this is where we can, whoops, really make it fade out. And you can kind of enjoy the sound. One more synth I think needs to come in there or something. One more during this tail end bit. I don't know which one it would be though. I don't hear a particular synth that I want or anything. Just feels like it needs one more. We're gonna drag in synth 1. My favorite free synthesizer of all time. Just copy a couple of these things real quick. Okay, that might be too big of a... I'll do that, a utility. Or actually, hang on, let's just do this then. There. Because it kind of just floats. Well, we could eliminate that float a little bit if we put one final boom in. Oh, yo, thank you for the host. Danny Joe. Thanks for just hanging out and just watching, honestly. Yeah, one final boom is probably pretty good there. Woo! And for the follow, thank you. I had my volume up way too loud. Scared me just a little. Still hangs way too loud. Or too long, not too loud. There, and then that would be the end. There-ish. Okay. So, I don't know. It could be done. We could already be finished with our track. But I feel like, it doesn't feel like it still needs that one last little synth right here to really fill it in. Now the problem, here, this might help. I don't know what sound I want, which is troublesome because a lot of times I can hear sort of a sound in my head or like I'll base it off of another real instrument, but I don't really know what I want. I'm going to play this from the beginning. We're going to look at it with the frequency spectrum analyzer right here. So we can see what sort of frequencies we're touching on and if there are any missing areas, because maybe there's going to be a big missing area right here and I'm going to be like, wow, this is why it feels like it doesn't have anything. It needs the high end or something. Well, let's see. Let's just play our song. So it's going to be very low and mid-heavy at the beginning, of course. But the vocals help with this. And the strings, I forgot about them. Finally starting to get some of these in. Definitely starts like this and just slowly starts lifting more of that high end, a little more each time. The drums actually help with the high end a little bit because the sounds of their fingers hitting it, I don't know, they just don't. There's a lot of high frequencies that still resonate pretty well despite the drums being very low. Maybe it needs to come in there. Something for the high end. Yeah, something for the high end, because look at this now. Now we're completely slanted. So we need something that just hangs out around here. Okay. That solves that. We need something that's going to dance around in that high frequency range. So here's our EQ. We can take a look at what we got. I'm going to just open up Synth 1. And if you use Synth 1, or if you don't, I recommend using Synth 1. But if you do use Synth 1 and you want a collection of presets that are pretty handy, or at least good starting ground, I think, for creating your sound, I've got a link down below with actually where you can download Synth 1 and also where you can download the sample pack, or not the sample pack collection, the preset collection, which is all of these right here. Look at all these from, I don't think they're really famous composers. Maybe they are, and I've just never heard of them. But other sound designers and whatnot have created a whole bunch of things. Audio whore. Let's try some audio whore stuff. We need to turn this down. It's way too loud by comparison. So this sort of, because look at those frequencies. You gotta bend it every time? Prefer you didn't bend. Let's start from here. So this is a very high synth that I'm playing, or at least I'm playing the high notes of this synth. So they are really piercing those high frequencies, and I'm even probably going to boost them. Maybe I could. Maybe just a pinch. But because of that, I probably want to turn them down overall in the whole mix because, in general, people will hear higher frequencies over lower frequencies always, forever. It's just the way our ears work. But that's where you just got to balance the sound then and just turn the high frequencies way down so that way they're not very overpowering. Okay, loop it. Beep. So now if we look at this, you can see we're getting a little more consistent frequencies going on there. That's good. We want that. I need to turn this down a little bit though. It's a little high. We'll just call this high frequencies, honestly, because that's the only reason it exists, is to get those high frequencies. Turn it down just a little. That's pretty good. Okay, now let's add some uniqueness to it. Because right now it's just playing the same thing over and over. I'm going to shrink it down so it's playing it twice through, consolidate, and loop it. I like the soft, almost march forward the song has. Yeah, I get sort of like a, I don't know about military vibe, but yeah, the marching sort of thing. But the drums really add. Here's the drum rhythm if anyone was interested. It's just a collection of taiko drums, which were free, actually, I found online. I don't know how I found them. You could probably just Google search free taiko drums. They'll be the same ones I found. I didn't use any stick sounds. Just some good, solid drum sounds, you know? It's like the lead up to an epic redemption fight that everyone knows is going to be side and maybe the final moments of our heroes. It's super awesome. Thank you very much. That's sort of exactly what I'm going for. Basically like movie trailer music almost was my inspiration once we had the beginning part. And I think that applies to all of that, because the trailer always makes you think it's like a final showdown. This is the last movie you'll ever need to see, because it's gonna make you just not believe that there could ever be any purer form of art. Get ready. Intense, epic showdown coming your way to a theaters near you Friday. You know that. Hang on. I thought of something else. Oh. Hang on. Stick with me. Listen to this. Let me grab this. This real quick. Start from the beginning, please. Hang on, I gotta find the notes. I'm hearing triplets. Okay. That's fine. What if we did it like this? Might sound better there. Okay, hang on. Now, here's where I'm really gonna make it sound good. Okay. We're gonna take this whole thing real quick and we're gonna drag it all the way down to 1. Can we hear 1? So this is our velocity. Yeah, we can. 1 is very, very quiet. Now we're gonna build it up slowly. 1, and that's 10. This one's gonna be 10 as well. This is very tedious, but it'll really create a really nice effect. Let's do 20 there, and this is 30. So I'm slowly increasing the velocity of each note, 1 at a time. Not really 1 at a time, because this is 1, then it goes to 10 immediately, then stays 10, then 20, 20, 30, 30, 40, and so on. And we are going to make a change. We're going to make a changes based on that. We're going to make changes based on that. Oops. No shortening the notes. But what this will do is create a really nice swelling effect. We're on 50, right? Yeah, you were 40. 50. So here's how it sounds right now. Okay. Not that great, actually. I think I might just need to turn it up. So this would be 60. And then this is also 60. And then I'm going to change this down to 50. So the nice thing about this... Ooh, hang on, I got to stretch my arms because it's actually like... individually grabbing these and dragging them is hard on the wrists. Honestly. Hashtag first world problems. There might be easy ways to do stuff like this. I know in Logic Pro you can set it up for like a fade in or a fade out, and it'll just do this stuff automatically. 30, 30, that means this needs to go to 20. BRB. No worries, you're probably not going to miss anything. And this is 10. This is 10. And then that stays 1. Okay, so right now it sounds like this. Yes. Yes. Do you hear that swell? Oh, it's so good. Let's just turn it up just a little bit. No, turn it down, actually. I changed my mind. Oh, hang on. Hang on a minute. I dragged it off a beat, but it didn't really matter. Nah, it sounds better coming in later. Now here, let me play with the sound here. Yeah, I like that. Let's put on a delay. Also, put on an EQ. Kill that super low end there. We're going to bring it in a second time right here, and we're going to change the instrument a little bit. I think it might help with the swell, or just might make it sound more unique. I'm going to stick with the piano hybrids I had. Excuse me. That's what I'm already using, right? Yeah. Oh, that sounds so good. Here's something that might make this sound even better, though, too. Let's try this. Okay, let's try this. I like this. We got a winner. Very subtle. Oh my God, so subtle. Turn it up a little bit too, then. I love that. I love that. That might be finished. Here's what we're gonna do. Mixer. Volume, because we need I'm changing the fade out on this to a normal volume fade out rather than the utility gain fade out. The utility is a smarter way to go because then it won't mess with your mixing when you go to the mixing console version like this, because you see everything that has a red dot here is pretty much ruined in terms of mixing it on this console, because that means it's automated. So a lot of them are ruined. It doesn't really matter for me on this track because this is just a one-off track, one I'm just doing in one sitting. You know, I have no intention of ever coming back to this and changing anything or editing anything. So it's not like tomorrow I'll need to go back in and remix it. This song is going to be done when I'm finished with it. So I will automate volume thing here and there. And I do think volume automation is necessary on the ending part when you have something like this. You have to do it over gain automation. Well, not in Ableton 10 anymore because apparently utilities can now do infinite. Basically, that's the thing. You want to see this right here, negative infinity dB. So if we hop over to our utility, which fades out as well, you'll notice this is not negative infinity dB. It's negative 35 dB, meaning it's not completely silent. It's just 35 decibels quieter. So you can still hear it, especially when you have headphones on and it's a really loud sound. This is an extremely loud sound. So you can hear it. And when it fades out here, it serves its purpose and is fine because there's all these other tracks and instruments going. So while it's faded out here and it's very quiet, it's technically not completely gone, but you can't hear it really because there's so much other stuff going on. The end here doesn't really work anymore. There is nothing else here. We are just hearing whatever is left here, which is this, you know? So that's why you have to use automation for just regular volume stuff. I'm going to play this track from the beginning, do a quick BRB, but I think it might be done. I think we are already done. Look at that. That was a fast Tunesday, under 4 hours. 3 hours, 45 minutes today. Boom. But it's pretty good. I dig this. Very cinematic. All right. I'm going to just play it real quick, and I will be right back. Whew. All righty indeed. Now I'm back too. All right, this could be the final track. Let me hear it with headphones on. Let me look at that frequency or spectrum analyzer right here. Did I do better on the high end? We'll see once everything else comes in. Yeah, much better. What I actually need to do is turn down my high frequency right here a little bit. With headphones on, it's very obvious. Yeah, and we can still be slanted, that's fine, because we have this nice plateau here of high frequency to come back to. Drag that out to like right there. Halfway. There. All right. Damn. I can't think of anything I want to change about it. I like it. I like it. If anyone needs a trailer for a movie coming up, use this. You're welcome to use this. Don't tell movie studios that though, like major movie studios, because they got the money. They can pay me. Come on. But any of you locals out there just making your own YouTube films on your own, zero budget, go for it. But Warner Brothers, you want to use this? Fork over some cash. I know you got it. All right. Anyways, I think we're gonna call it a stream. I can't think of anything else I want to add or change. I dig how it sounds. It's really cinematic. Really, honestly, it's cliche to call things epic, man, but it sort of is epic in its scale and way that it is. I'm being very descriptive. Way that it is. So yeah, I will. I'm gonna end the stream now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to export this and master it. I master all my stuff on my MacBook. I unfortunately can't show that process, but it's very simple. I just use a plugin. It's called Isotope Ozone. I have a really old version. It's Ozone 4, I think. I think they're up to Ozone 9 or something now. So it's proof that you can use any Isotope Ozone plugin, and you'll be doing just fine. Incentive to get better at video taking and editing. Bet. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, so gonna edit this, or well, it's already edited, whatever. We're gonna master it, put it up online, so it'll be up on SoundCloud, Bandcamp, all those things. So if you want to download it for free, you can. If you want to just jam onto it on SoundCloud, go for it that way. I do this stream every Tuesday, 2 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to stop by again, you're always welcome. A lot of times these will go a lot longer. And I'll do all sorts of genres. Sometimes we'll do like chip tunes. Sometimes a lot of mine will be like blues rock. I've got guitar and I'll play guitar on stream. Some will be like piano rock. This one just happened to turn out to be very cinematic, very ambient, and epic. But otherwise, next stream for sure is going to be Thursday. I'm going to do Mario Maker as usual. So if anyone has a Mario Maker level they'd like me to play, I can do that on Thursday. And otherwise, next Tuesday is Tuesday yet again. And I will see you all later. I'm going to play this one more time for like a little outro song. But it's been fun streaming. And take it easy. Keep it sleazy. And I'll see you all later. Try to make it a regular thing. Well, hey, I'd be happy to see you again, Danny. You are always welcome back.